y'all, it's Jazz, your fave mental health enthusiast, and welcome back to Jazz's Corner, where we discuss all things related to mental wellness. And in today's video, we are going to have a chat about honoring your emotions. So I'm going to talk a bit about what feelings even are. Then I'm going to provide a 4-step path for honoring your emotions, and I'm going to finish it off with some activities that you can use to help you process your emotions. So if that is something that you are interested in hearing me speak about, then stay tuned and cue the intro. So what are feelings? Well, there are a lot of super fancy definitions that exist out there, but I'm gonna just keep it real with you and say that feelings are the reactions to things that we experience in life. We can experience a range of emotions, from feeling happy to feeling sad to feeling angry to feeling fearful, but what is most important is that we are constantly feeling different things. There is no one mood that we stay in at all times. This is something to consider because a lot of people feel as though happiness is a fixed goal, and that once we achieve happiness and we achieve the goal of happiness, then we never ever experience any negative emotions again. And I am here to tell you that that simply is not true. Happiness is fleeting. There are things that might happen in life that might make us happy, but happiness as a permanent end goal is not attainable, because there will be things in life that happen that shift our moods. And a more realistic portrayal of happiness is feeling content with how we are living our lives, even through the ups and the downs. It is important to note that while sometimes we might feel very strongly about something, feelings are not facts. That is not to say that our feelings are not valid. It is to say that if you are having feelings of being worthless or useless, that does not mean that for a fact you are worthless or you are useless. Feelings are very subjective and they can change over time. However, this video is about how to honor whatever you are feeling in the moment. So I'm going to be providing 4 main steps in terms of how to reflect and process your emotions. So the first step is to name the emotion. And this is very important because a lot of the time we don't even know where to start with processing our feelings and honoring our emotions, because we can't quite identify what we are feeling. And for that, I would like to introduce a helpful little tool called the feelings wheel. And I'm gonna pop it right over here. And what the feelings wheel does is essentially helps us to navigate how we are feeling, because there are core emotions. So, there is happiness, sadness, anger, fear. But within those core emotions, we can feel so many different things, and maybe those core emotions don't quite capture what we are feeling. So maybe I'm angry, but I'm really actually feeling very disappointed or very hurt. So it's more so towards sadness. Or maybe I'm feeling happy, but it's like a very elated kind of happiness. I'm feeling joy, I'm feeling excitement. So there's definitely the core emotions that exist, but a feelings wheel essentially helps you to identify a little bit more of how you are feeling. The tricky thing about feelings is that feelings can look like other feelings. For example, anger might look a lot like grief or sadness depending on the context. And sometimes we can have conflicting feelings about a particular situation, so we don't feel just one way. So for example, if you are moving to a new place, you might feel a lot of happiness and excitement for this new journey that you're about to embark on, but you might also feel a little bit of sadness for everything that you will be leaving once you move to your new destination. So this is why step number 1 is to name the feeling, because if we don't even know how we're feeling, then it's gonna be really difficult for us to process that emotion. The second step is to hold space for the feeling, because aside from naming the emotion, this is often the hardest part of honoring our emotions, because if the feeling is negative, then it can feel counterproductive or very uncomfortable to sit in our own sadness. However, the true tea is that it's actually counterproductive to act as if our feelings don't exist, because feelings are meant to be felt, and they will manifest in another way if we don't acknowledge them. So for example, that could look like withdrawing from others because we are feeling really sad, or abusing substances because we are feeling really stressed. As a side note, it is important to hold space for the feeling without letting it consume you, because there is a difference between acknowledging that you feel angry about a situation as you progress through your day and feeling so consumed by your anger that you are in this space where you could either hurt yourself or other people. The third step is to reflect on what brought the feeling on, because as we begin to move out of the space of whatever we are feeling, it is important to reflect on what even brought these feelings up to the surface, because there is always a reason why we feel the things that we do. Our feelings can signal to us that something is going on in our lives that needs attention, whether it is some sort of internal work that we ourselves need to do regarding past situations or past trauma, or it can signal that something is off in our external environment, whether that's our school life, our work life, or our home life. So step number 4 is to express your emotions. And that can look many different ways depending on what best suits you. So you could decide that you would like to express your emotions directly to the person who hurt you, if you and that individual have a stable connection in which there is a lot of trust and you are able to have those types of deep, intimate, meaningful conversations with them. Or you could decide that you would like to speak to a mental health professional, which is a safe environment filled with, confidentiality. What is spoken with the mental health professional stays with the mental health professional. Or you could decide in your mind that you would like to set and maintain some sort of boundary. Whatever of these 3 works best for you is what works. Sometimes you might do a mixture of the 2. You might speak with an individual and then set a boundary, or you might feel as though you can't speak to that individual, so you speak with the mental health professional, and then in working with the mental health professional, you decide to speak with them and then you set a boundary. There's a number of different ways that it can go when you are expressing your emotions. The most important thing that I would say is, in this step, do what is best for you, but try to refrain from acting out as a way of expressing your emotions. So to wrap up this video, I would like to share some activities that you can engage in when you need some help regulating your emotions. And regulating your emotions is really just when you feel like you're on 10 and you need to bring it down a little bit. So these are activities that are designed to provide a little bit of relief from whatever you might be feeling. So that includes chatting with a loved one as defined by you. It could be a friend, a family member, just anybody that you consider yourself to be close to, because sometimes it helps to just either chat about what's going on, or skip all of that and chat about something that is completely unrelated to what is going on. So just catching up in general about what's going right in life. You could also journal. Journaling is a good way to get what's going on up here or over here onto a physical piece of paper that we can then look back at and be like, oh wow, I really felt like that. Then there is engaging in some sort of physical activity, whether that is dancing or exercising or taking a walk. I personally like to go for walks because then it's just kind of me processing whatever is going on, and I get to listen to whatever music I want to listen to and nobody's bothering me. So I'm definitely an advocate for walking if you live in a place where you are able to walk, or if you're able to walk in general. Number 4 of the activities that I listed is meeting your basic needs, because sometimes we're angry, but we really just need like a snack or something like that, and then we'll be able to calm down just a little bit. Or we need like a sip of water. These are things that I talked about in my self-care video, so check that out if you haven't already. And the final one is just doing something that you love, because it's really hard to be angry when you are doing something that you truly enjoy. So with that being said, leave a comment down below on some activities that you like to do when you are trying to regulate your emotions and feel a little bit better from however you are feeling. And also, if you liked what I had to say in this video, then I hope that you will give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to join the virtual party. And I will pop my Instagram over here if you would like to give that a follow. And as far as that is it from me. I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Jazz out. Don't forget to drink some water and give yourself a hug.